time for Tillamook Today. Good morning.
And we're here, so that's all that
matters,
matters,
you were here.
right?
It's my fault. Yeah, I talked too much.
There was a lot of things on the Dairyland
There
varieties
was.
to think about this morning, and now I'm worried about that little pet that's running around in Bay City.
Yeah, definitely.
But hopefully he'll come home soon.
I think so.
I'm sending good positive thoughts that direction. So, well, this is Stacie, Northwest Senior and Disability Services, back once again for another cameo at KTIL. And today I'm very excited. I have Mary Faith Bell from Tillamook Regional Medical Center, and she is Director of Communications and Marketing, and you have your finger on the pulse of the hospital.
Well, I try.
So what's new? How are things going? I'm sure there's a whole bunch of new things for us to learn and talk about.
Oh, yes. Good morning. There are a lot of really exciting things going on. So one thing we want to talk about is Doc Talks. We have a new monthly event going on the fourth Tuesday of every month. And a healthcare provider from our community will give a talk on a certain topic. So this month, July 26th, the fourth Tuesday, is Shirley Arneson. Shirley is a nurse practitioner. She's been here for a long time. Lots of people know her and love her. She's very kind. And she's going to talk about how to prepare mom and dad for getting older. Mm-hmm. So I talked to Shirley yesterday. She wasn't able to be here with us today, but I talked to her yesterday about her talk so that I could give a promo. And she said that she's worked for most of her life with elderly people. She's worked in nursing homes. She's worked as a hospice nurse. And she is really interested in helping people prepare and do some planning ahead. Mm-hmm. And in particular, she thinks that this talk might be great for people our age, for adults who have parents who are aging, and we're concerned. Maybe we're starting to see some things that are worrisome. Maybe we don't have a plan. We don't know what mom or dad wants to do. And so the talk will be about that kind of stuff, like how to prepare, and
it's so important. And sometimes just being in the business that I'm in, sometimes just some really simple steps can really help that person to stay independent longer, maintain their dignity, stay in their homes. And so it's great that you guys are providing that resource and that education so that people can kind of get an idea of where to start.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's super important to have the conversation. And I know in my situation, I feel like it's so tender, it's so rife with stress and conflict, or the potential for conflict. I don't want to challenge my mom's independence, or
and we're conditioned through our lives with a relationship with a parent. So you don't want to go there.
Yeah, absolutely. Or hurt her feelings or make her feel self-conscious, but still, we need to know, what would she ultimately like to do if it came to that? Would she be interested in assisted living, or would she be interested in foster care, or would she, how does she picture it, and what would she like to see happen?
Sure.
So part of Shirley's talk will be about having that conversation. She'll be able to address things like, if you're noticing things that are happening in your parent, what are the things to be concerned about, and what are the things that are normal? Because one of the things she said to me yesterday is that as we start life, we need a lot of help, and generally as we end life, we need a lot of help, and a lot of that stuff is developmental in that sense and totally normal. So if, what are the things that are totally normal and that shouldn't be of concern?
And don't freak out, if you're a neighbor or a child, but what questions to ask.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I think it'll be a really great talk, and we're hoping that lots of people will come and bring your questions.
Yeah. In my working for Northwest Senior and Disability Services, one of the things that I talk with people about, and I'm really excited to talk with Shirley and be at this event because, how to empower a senior to make some choices and let their needs be known and things like that are hugely important. Because then they can make, I really try and come from the idea that person can make decisions about their life and what do we just need to do to support them so that they're healthy and safe.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And
tough conversations.
Yes. And everybody, we all want to be in control of ourselves and our lives, you know, so being able to help people have the maximum amount of control that they can have and still be safe and healthy.
Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely. I think it's...
And then the other side of it is, you know, what if they don't want to do what we all think that needs to happen? Like I can, or a family member can go, wow, if mom would just do these 3 things, everything would be great. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's exactly what's going to happen. So Shirley can give us some tools on how to approach those conversations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting excited about it. I'm going to go.
Good. Yeah. And I imagine she'll have some practical tips like if in order to prevent like a break, a fall, and a broken hip, for example, because a lot of times people don't recover from that, or if they fall and break a hip, they're never able to go home and be independent. And so simple things like, are there elevation changes in the house? Are there throw rugs? Are there things that move on the floor that could trip you? You know,
throw rugs.
Oh my gosh.
It's actually a really big deal, and people don't think about that because they've had the same throw rug in their living room for the last 30 years.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think some simple things like that will be covered, but, you know, simple, but could be life-changing. And how to, like, do a safety walk, you know, through mom and dad's house, like, to anticipate these things could be problems. And
there's simple things like lighting can be a big deal. I once was at someone's home where, because I'll do safety evaluations occasionally, and for people that are on the family caregiver support program, and the mom was having falls in her bedroom when she'd get up at night, and it was just so simple as moving the bed to a different wall so that there was more space, and nobody had thought about it because they had lived in that house for 60 years.
Oh my gosh,
that's the way the bed was supposed to be. And so that little simple tip can go a long ways. And you guys have, home health out there that can go out into people's homes with doctor's orders, of course, and all those things. But to do those safety evaluations and go deep, to do fall prevention in addition to all this education, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I was talking to Shirley yesterday about things like driving, if you're concerned about your parents driving. And she said one thing is that you could, if you're concerned that somebody's just plain unsafe and they're not interested in having that conversation with you,
it's scary.
You could call DMV and say, you really should call this person in for a driving test. So that's a possibility. But prior to that, she was recommending, you should have a talk with people, get all the family members together, and figure out like what are the solutions if it's really not safe for you or for other people on the road for you to be driving.
Sure.
Then what are the solutions, and how would we build in the transportation net? Because people are it's an independence issue. And it's like, first there's driving, and then there's your own home. Can you stay in your own home? These independence issues are huge.
Well, and that's when, if somebody has a transportation issue like that, or some type of mobility impairment, the next thing is self-isolation, because it's hard. It's, they're managing their pain. It's harder and harder because they're not moving as much to go out to the grocery store anyway, even if they have a ride. And so with that self-isolation comes lack of, just being social and being part of your community, which really impacts your health as well. So
absolutely. So
it's good to have these resources out there so that we can get in front of it.
Absolutely. And she talked about to what you were just saying, that once people start isolating, maybe they get depressed. And so what are the signs and symptoms of depression in your parents? And how can you address that? And if their behavior starts to change, she said sometimes depression can even look like dementia. And it's not, but it can look that way. The symptoms can show up that way. And so,
there's so many things, so many layers to it.
And I think that it's really hard for people, just thinking about members of my own family, it's really hard for people to mentally adjust when their bodies are no longer capable of doing the things they used to do. It's hard for people to perceive themselves differently and think, wow, I've done that for 70 years and now I can't do it anymore.
Right.
And what does that mean, So I have observed that people will hurt themselves trying to do things they used to be able to do, and also that it's just depressing to them when they think, oh, I can't do that anymore.
Right. Of course, you're taking away independence, and it's things like making the choice to wait until you have someone, a family member come over to maybe change that light bulb instead of getting up on the ladder by yourself. Those things. We should probably all think about those things a little more often. But that's very exciting.
Thank you. Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
So we'll take our first break really quick. Where do you go to find almost anything you need for home improvement? I'll tell you where. Rosenbergs. Rosenbergs has been your local connection for anything you need to build and finish your house to perfection. Carpet, cabinets, paint, electrical, plumbing, nuts and bolts, fencing, windows, doors, and so much more. All these items in one place, but that's only part of the story. What really makes Rosenbergs your stop for home improvement is our people. Our knowledgeable, friendly staff is here to help you through any project you want to do. Any question from what paint you should use to how to install a new shower valve, you can get the help you need to do it right the first time. Come into Rosenbergs today to rediscover what you've known all along. It's better to shop local and work with great people that you can see every day. Build it, plumb it, wire it, paint it. Rosenbergs Builder Supply in Tillamook. That still goes through my head all the time. Build it, plumb it, wire it, paint it. They're great.
It's kind of a jingle, isn't it?
It kind of is. They should paint it on the side of the building when you go by.
Put it to music.
So this is Stacie. I'm here with Mary Faith from the hospital, and we're talking about the Doc Talks and how to prepare for mom and dad getting older. So tell us, I know this is a new program. I went to the one last month with Dr. Ben Douglas, who talked about hospice, and it was really, really interesting. And you guys were so accommodating. It's at the library, and it's really informal, so people have a chance to ask lots of questions and things. So remind me when the Doc Talks are. And
every fourth Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. at the Tillamook County Library in, I think it's the Hatfield room in the big public meeting room.
Sure.
And we have refreshments, and, we get that it's in the dinner hour, and so we'll have nuts and fruit snacks and juice and something for kids. Feel free to bring your kids. We'll have like color books or something for kids.
Oh, good.
Generally a door prize, and we really just want people to come and be able to ask your questions and take advantage of this opportunity.
Neat.
Yeah.
So what else do we have going on at the hospital?
Well, I'd like to mention upcoming Doc Talks so people can that's okay, no problem. Think about if some of these topics apply to you, you might want to put them on your calendar. The Doc Talk in August is treatments for arthritis with Dr. Brett LaFleur, and he's our orthopedist. A lot of people know him. He's been here for a couple years, and people really, really like him. He's so nice. He's such a nice guy and expert in his field. And so he does all kinds of, he's a surgeon. He does hip replacements, knee, shoulder replacements, all kinds of, orthopedic surgery. And he's going to do the Doc Talk in August about arthritis.
Neat.
And so, I think that applies to a lot of people.
Sure.
And so
especially in this damp climate here.
Yes. Yeah. So come with your questions about arthritis, and also just to meet Dr. LaFleur, because if you should need an orthopedist, it might be nice to have met one and feel comfortable with him. And then September, we're talking about ovarian cancer, cervical cancer, and human papillomavirus with Dr. Dr. Welch, and that's the fourth Tuesday in September. In October, we're talking about early breast cancer detection, because October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And in November, we're talking about diabetes with Dr. Bowman. So you can count on these.
Lots of great topics.
Thank you. Yes, we're excited about it. And you can count on these for every fourth Tuesday. And we're in the process of sending out a community newsletter called Life and Wellness. I sent it to the printer yesterday, so it'll be printed and then be mailed out to every address in Tillamook County. And so everybody will get one of these. And there's a community calendar, a calendar of community events in the publication. So you should probably get in a couple weeks. I'm not sure exactly the turnaround time for printing and postage. But
I'll look for that. That's great.
Yeah, thank you. So all the doc talks are in this calendar, and there's information in here about our new cardiologist, Dr. Naidu, and he's really nice, by the way.
I keep hearing great things about him.
He's very nice. I like him a lot.
It really enriches the services available here locally, too. That's one more thing that people don't have to travel over the hill for.
Absolutely. Yeah. It really, it's great. You know, if you think about like all the things that people used to have to drive to Hillsborough or Portland for when you're sick.
Yeah.
You know, over Highway 6 in the winter. That's awful. Yeah, it's awful.
Very exciting.
So we want to invite people to North and South County picnics in the summer. Everybody might not know we have picnics in Pacific City and in Manzanita for
picnics.
Really? We do.
Okay.
We have picnics because we have clinics there.
You're bringing the picnic back.
Right. We are.
I haven't been to a picnic since I was a little kid.
Oh,
probably.
Nice. So we have one in Pacific City at the clinic there on Bruton Road, and that one will be Sunday, August 21st. It's from 1 to 3. We'll have live music. I'm super excited about this.
It sounds like a hoot.
These picnics are fun. So we have really great picnic food. We cater it. And so we have, hamburgers and hot dogs and vegan options and corn on the cob and pie and ice cream and potato salad. And, it's
bringing
really,
out the big guns.
It's a picnic. And
three-legged races.
That's a great idea. No, we haven't.
Did I just take it somewhere you didn't want to go?
No, I love that idea. In fact, just yesterday, I had a meeting with some people about what kind of games are we going to do at the picnic.
Yeah, well, there you go.
There we go. So we have lots of activities for kids. Maybe we'll have three-legged races. We have, like, in the last couple of years, we've had, we give kids great big pieces of chalk and let them, draw all over the parking lot and hula hoops, old-fashioned toys like ring toss and beanbag toss and hula hoops and that kind of stuff.
Good, clean fun.
Yeah, I'm excited about the music because I love music. And at the Pacific City Picnic, Donna Jose is going to play.
Okay.
And she is a healthcare provider. She's an adult nurse practitioner. Lots of people know her. She's awesome. She's my healthcare provider. I love her. And she's also a super talented musician. She's a singer and guitarist and performer. And
she's going to jam.
She is. She is. She's going to do the music in her own community.
I love it.
I'm super excited about it. So that is Sunday, August 21st. We put it on for South County, but everybody's invited.
Okay.
You could come from North County, and
it sounds like you better. Actually,
be happy to have you. So absolutely, everybody's invited.
You don't have to check in with your driver's license at the door. Or anything.
No. We prepare food for a couple hundred people, and hope that lots of people will come.
And the food's great from the hospital. They've had a lot of. A new chef, maybe?
We do have a new chef, and the food is pretty dang good. I agree. Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. He's making amazing soups.
Really?
Yeah. So, really super delicious soups and interesting.
No, they're super? No pun intended.
I mean, I started eating soup because I was so happily surprised. Like, wow, this is really good.
Nice.
Interesting, spices and unusual flavors and
it's
really
good for you too.
Really good. And so, so the picnic in Pacific City is Sunday, August 21st from 1 to 3 at the Pacific City Clinic. And then the next Sunday, the 28th, is a picnic in Manzanita at the clinic there.
Cool.
And so that will be...
How do you top the first one, first of all? Tell me more.
Well, the one in Manzanita, the music will be Tico Marimba. And
I've heard about those guys.
They are great.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about them.
Oh, my gosh. It's a local marimba band. They're all local musicians. Joe Raybeck is in it. And Andrea Goss and her husband Larry. And,
is it Joel George is in that
yes.
one?
Yes, thank you. And a couple more people. And the music is just... happy and fun,
Yeah.
and it makes you want to dance. And in fact, at every event I've been that they played at, kids get up and dance because it's really just.
I couldn't have a bigger smile on my face right now.
It is so nice.
I'm so excited about that. That
Yeah.
sounds like so much fun.
It's really fun. And so that's Manzanita on the 28th of August from 1 to 3. And at both of those, we'll have huge tents. So even if it's raining or if it's really super hot, we'll have tents for shade, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
So we hope that everybody will come out for these picnics because they're really, really fun.
And that one's right at the clinic up there?
Yep, Manzanita in the parking lot.
Oh, fun. So I'm going to take another little break really quick. Preventing heart disease can be done at the dinner table this summer. Tillamook Regional Medical Center recommends eating a minimum of 5 servings of fresh fruit and vegetables each day. They're rich in essential vitamins, nutrients, and fiber that keep your bodies healthy by lowering blood sugar, fighting inflammation, and keeping our arteries clean. A nutritious diet can also prevent weight gain and diabetes, which are linked to heart disease. Summer fruits, berries, and vegetables from local growers will be at your farmers markets, making it easy to shop for healthy foods like blueberries, strawberries, and leafy greens, including spinach, kale, and chard. They're a good source of vitamins A, C, and K. And taking care of your heart is a year-round job that starts with nutritious eating. Exercising regularly, reducing stress, and getting high-quality sleep each night also helps prevent heart disease. For more healthy tips, visit northwestregionalheart.com. Another great resource from the hospital. I love it. So
Thank you.
Okay, Mary Faith. So we've covered the Doc Talks. You have these great picnics. I love that you're doing a newsletter.
Thank you.
That's such a great idea so that people really can connect with local resources and services and get to know the providers. It looks like you're featuring, remind me of the new cardiologist's name again.
Dr. Naidu.
So he's on, I'm looking at it. He's on the front page for this first issue. So we can get to know the providers that are here locally. It's great.
So this is hot off the press, and you get the very first copy.
I'm going to do a virtual fist pump to everyone because this is great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So that will arrive in everyone's mailbox, residential and business mailbox, in the next couple of weeks. It's called Life and Wellness.
Perfect. Very good.
So I also wanted to just mention that we are just about to start an aesthetic medical spa.
Okay.
It's super exciting, brand new.
Yeah.
And
anything with the word spa in it, people are like, what?
Right. So we have a doctor whom I don't know if you've met, but Shane has met her. Her name is Claudia Foster Olson. She's super nice, and she does our occupational medicine program. But she's also she's board certified in aesthetic medicine, I think. And so she has a lot of expertise in aesthetic medicine. So that's like skincare. And so they're going to start offering aesthetic medical services with Dr. Foster Olson. And so that will be things like acne treatment. And also they do fascinating things with Botox now for migraines.
Really?
So, yes. So people who have chronic migraines, and I don't remember the exact definition of that, if that's like 15 days a month or whatever it is, but people who really suffer from migraines and find them debilitating, they have a way of treating migraines now with Botox injections.
Interesting.
That's totally fascinating. And Dr. Foster Olson is trained in that, and so she'll be able to do that, and she'll also be doing skincare, aesthetic skincare. And so she'll be doing Botox injections for wrinkles and chemical peels for retexturing, resurfacing the skin. And she'll have some pharmaceutical skincare lines like Allergan.
Take a little off the side, Doc.
Right. So,
wow.
that's super exciting.
Chemical peels. And so do you know anything about that? How that works? Is it just like you really kind of dig into the lower layers of your skin, right?
Apparently, yes. I haven't had one, but I've talked to Dr. Foster Olson about them. I talked to her about them, and she said they're customized for each person. So there are different lines and there are different depths.
Okay.
So they figure out how many layers apparently they want to effect. And the what it does, I think it's like chemical exfoliation. So I think it will, like she said, within a couple of days, the your skin will be
soft as a baby's butt.
That's not exactly what you said, but yes, that it resurfaces your skin.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, I'm not a medical professional.
Sure.
I don't know exactly how it works, but I know that people are using it for fine wrinkles. They're using it for color discoloration, for redness, and also for there's a word that I can't remember.
Sure.
That's like patches of brown skin and age spots and stuff like that, and for retexturing and for tightening pores and for, just all over.
Well, and if somebody had some type of a medical condition, sometimes a nice service for aesthetics might be a great way as part of the recuperation from that
absolutely.
too. So it's neat that we're going to have that here.
Thank you. Yeah, sometimes I personally need a self-esteem boost.
Yes,
I really do.
Yes, there's more than just therapy for shopping, right?
Yes.
Or whatever, the shopping therapy or whatever it is. You can go a lot of different directions.
Absolutely.
So, neat. And tell me again who the provider is.
Claudia Foster Olson.
And is she from here or new?
She lives here now, but I think she moved here about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is all, has it been going on this whole time and I just didn't know about it?
Oh, no, it hasn't started yet. So this is really new.
Okay.
Really new.
Hot off the presses.
Yes. So we're right now developing the marketing materials for it, and we plan to have them available at the fair. So come see us at the Huckleberry Health Fair, and we'll have brochures, and somebody will be there. We have an esthetician on staff who will be there to hand out brochures and talk to people about it. So we're really launching the public information campaign at the fair, and then we hope to be able to be offering the services in mid-August. So yeah, right away. Yeah, right now they're testing the skincare lines and learning about them, because there's all kinds of specialized stuff.
Right.
Technical,
that's a technical term for it, right?
All kinds of stuff to learn. Yeah.
No, I'm excited. Yeah. So let's just wanted to mention today's sponsors were Rosenbergs Builder Supply and Tillamook Regional Medical Center. Happy birthday to Justin Laviolette and TJ Robnett. Monday, Shayna will be hosting the show with Bill Hatton for a discussion about assistance for our veterans. And reminders that senior meals are at 11:30 at St. Mary's by the Sea in Rockaway Beach every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Senior meals are at noon every weekday at the Kiwanda Center in Pacific City, and the cost is $3 for seniors and $6.75 for other guests. Today through Sunday is the 57th annual Dory Days in Pacific City. Tomorrow morning goes with the annual Nestucca Volunteer Firefighters Association Pancake Breakfast from 7 to 10 at the Kiwanda Community Center, followed by the parade at 11, and then a fish fry back at the Community Center. And just a reminder that the WAVE through the Tillamook Transportation District has a Dory Days schedule and complimentary shuttle service looping through town for the weekend, and it's only $3 to ride the WAVE to Pacific City from Tillamook, which is a new service that they just started this year, and I'm really excited about. Tomorrow, the Master Gardener's Spade and Wade Garden Tour is starting, and that's $18 for the passport, which includes a self-guided tour of 6 gardens in Tillamook County. Purchase the tickets online at the Pioneer Museum, Bear Creek Artichoke, or Hidden Acres. Also tomorrow, Cause for Paws fundraiser at Goodspeed Park from 10 to 2. The walk starts at 11, followed by a silent auction, raffles, live entertainment, face painting, photo booth, bouncy houses, and so much more. This family-friendly event is open to the public and their canine friends. All proceeds benefit the Tillamook Animal Shelter. And reminder also, boy, there's a lot of stuff going on, isn't there? Woo! It's a marathon. Farmers markets today in Manzanita from 5 to 8. Tomorrow in Tillamook from 9 to 2. Audio Tattoo plays live at the Garibaldi Maritime Museum. Will be at the community table. And tomorrow in Neskowin, the farmers markets from 9 to 1. Sunday in PC from 10 to 2. And then Dory Dancing Day with Middle Earth Tribal Belly Dance Troupe. That sounds like fun. The show's from 11 to 12:30 on Sunday. So, Mary Faith, thank you so much. I just love chatting with you, and
thank you.
You
Likewise.
have all this great energy, and you're doing so many wonderful things at the hospital. Thank you for sharing all that with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Have a great summer.
You too.